I'm always a little embarrassed to say that my previous career in dancing actually helps me a lot in real estate, but it's kind of interesting. So, specifically in my past career, I was in a different country or a different city almost every weekend for, let's say, 8 years. I not only had to understand at a very high level how to create systems and break down an art form, which is why to this day, when anyone comes to me and is like, this is hard to explain because there's an art, I'm like, okay, well, no, like even art has a foundational layer that you then build upon. Like that's just a particular pet peeve of mine. So I had to travel and not only just in general create a system out of something that almost feels like you can't create a system out of in order to help and explain things and to help get students from A to B as fast as possible. But I also had to do it in countries where people often didn't speak English. There were some classes that my partner and I just taught with no words and just like a few signs and like watch and do. And then we had to be like, how do we actually transform people's dancing without words? Every time it was so different that the creativeness, not only around how to communicate and how to adapt to different people in the way that they process things. Some people are visual learners, some are kinesthetic, that you have to get and like hold their body and get them to do it. Some you have to use your words to break it down so they mentally understand it and then they can do it. So being able to communicate in all of those different ways, and especially coming from this background, I have a passion for it. So a lot of agents don't, I would say, love to do first-time buyers or first-time sellers only because it takes like a little extra work, a little bit more clarification, more conversations. All agents love all business and all relationship building, of course, but there is a little bit more work that goes into first-timer. And that's actually where I tend to gravitate because I'm like, oh, my old dance of career of being able to break things down and that like rush and that high I get from being able to get someone to, I love it. If someone comes to me in any field and is like, you'll never be able to get me to dance, or like, I'll never be able to learn this. That to me is the ultimate, like, let's go, I'm gonna get this done. So I think I have like a unique passion for that. And I think when you can't communicate all the time with the exact words that you want, or you really have to adapt, not only is the ability to be very specific, where like I live by a dictionary and I am very particular in my word choices and the accuracy in my communication. But not only that, on the other spectrum, I also am a very conceptual person because in my career, sometimes I would only see these people once a year. So I had 1 hour to like change their life. That's the way it felt. I had 1 hour to conceptually change the way they thought about the dance in order to hopefully set them on a trajectory to just progressively learn when I'm not there. And I still do that in my dancing. Like here in Boise, I still work with my favorites, like the wedding couple, where they don't want a big production. They just want to learn how to communicate on the dance floor with people. They want to be able to do it in a stress-free way. Or I love getting, since there's so many different styles of swing, I love getting someone who wants to cross over into a different style and being able to say, okay, what are the least amount of things and the least amount of ideas that I can share with you that'll make the biggest impact? It's like the ultimate 80-20 rule. And I feel like I bring that into my business as well, not only in my own personal business of how I plan things, but also in how I approach clients. Like, what is the most minimal work we can do, or the most minimal thing we could say, or what can we set up a system that does the maximum amount of effect and benefit for you, or benefit for your mind. And so, yeah, there's like so much about my dancing career in the past that I think I'm able to bring such a unique perspective and help people in the real estate world.